Commission to order. Diane, would you call the roll, please?
Yes. Commissioner Gibson.
Present.
Commissioner McEwen. Commissioner Crampton.
Here.
Commissioner McCarthy. Commissioner Panetta.
I see her.
I see her. Okay. Commissioner Schmidt.
Here.
And Commissioner Spangler.
Here. So we're here to recommend to the council to amend and restate resolution 21-127, the master fee schedule, to adjust the fee schedule for the Parks and Recreation Department. So Karen, would you like to let us know what's going on?
Absolutely. And how is Commissioner Panetta? Is she able to hear us? Is she okay? I can't tell from my computer, so I just want to make sure she's okay, if she can hear us. And I can't tell. Are we still okay to proceed? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and get started. Good evening, commissioners. I really cannot thank you enough for agreeing to get together tonight for this special meeting, especially on such short notice. We appreciate it more than you know. As you recall, we met earlier this month to review and recommend fee increases.
Everybody's here.
For the
Probably like it was last time.
Kathy now. Sorry. As you recall, we met earlier this month to review and recommend fee increases for the Parks and Recreation programs and services for residents and non-residents. Well, upon further review, staff realized that some of the prices were higher than intended and considerably higher than the 5% increase, especially for residents. So we went back and re-examined and recalculated several fees, and we felt like the adjustments were significant enough that we should return to you for another review and consideration before going to council on March 1st for approval. The revenue projections will remain the same, except for what will be collected this fiscal year due to the later start date. And we request that the commission review the recalculated fees and recommend to City Council to consider approving the revised fee schedule effective April 1st. So thank you again for meeting tonight, and we're happy to answer any questions you may have.
Questions from the commissioners?
Sure, I have a question. This is Commissioner Christian Schmidt. So I'm confused. Is it not 5% or it is 5% and the numbers were just not showing accurately on the first presentation?
Well, we had calculated them originally to have an average of 5%. So some were higher than 5% and some were lower than 5%. So we worked as a team to get those, especially for the Monterey resident rates, closer to 5% across the board.
Okay. I
Does that
understand.
make sense?
That makes sense. No, I'm good.
So is that true for the non-residents too? Did they get affected, or they stay the same? I didn't have a chance to closely compare the rate schedule.
Sure. I think some remain the same and some changed, but Andrea and Shannon worked very closely with these fees, so they could probably explain in more details if needed. But I think quite a few fees were adjusted, but especially the Monterey resident fees. Shannon and Andrea, would you like to chime in? Anything different?
Yeah, I just was going to say that the changes to Sports Center were very modest, especially for the non-residents. So for the residents, there was probably about a 1 to 1.5% adjustment on most of them, but nothing too significant for the Sports Center.
Any other questions or comments? Are there any public comments?
There are two ways to virtually participate in the Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. You may join the meeting using Zoom on your computer or mobile device. You can also call into the Zoom meeting. To join the meeting on Zoom on your computer, smartphone, or telephone, use the link or phone number on the agenda at isearchmonterey.org. To call in by telephone, dial toll-free 833-568-8864. Then enter meeting ID 160-566-3903#. and if prompted to enter a participant ID, press pound again. Detailed instructions on using Zoom are available at monterey.org/public meetings. To make a public comment using Zoom, you can virtually raise your hand by pressing the raise hand button on the middle of your screen. If you dialed in by phone, raise your hand by dialing *9, and then to unmute yourself, dial *6. You must do both. Public commenters will be muted until it is their turn to speak. I call on each public speaker in the order of their hands raised. Please stay within the 3-minute time limit that we have established for today's meeting. Today's meeting is also streamed live on the city's YouTube channel at youtube.com/City of Monterey with approximately a 10-second delay, and also on Comcast channel 25 with a 90-second delay. We look forward to receiving your public comments. See if we have any public comments. We do not have any public comments.
So public comments are now closed. Are there any other questions, comments, or discussion from the commissioners? If not, would someone care to make a motion to approve this resolution?
I motion to approve this resolution.
Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? If not, it looks like we've passed the resolution, at least the recommendation is what I should call it. Any other comments from commissioners? This might be our shortest meeting on record.
Commissioner Panetta has her hand raised.
Kathy, yeah. I don't know if that was to, I can't tell if Kathy was voting or she has a question. Anybody know? Okay, if not, if there are no other comments, our next.
Donna, I've been muted by you. You keep muting me.
Oh, no, I didn't, it's not me.
I didn't,
It said that it keeps muting me from the I don't know. It said I just kept getting muted. I would unmute and I kept getting muted. But
It's probably,
anyway, I guess the resolution has been voted upon already.
are you okay with that? Or do you have comments?
I'm okay with that. I read the reason why it happened and it's understandable, but unfortunate.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm good with that. I'm glad it was fixed, and I'm glad that we're on our way now with it.
great.
This is Dennis. My only question is now, as I understand it, it would go to the city council for approval, and that would be the next step, and then it would get rolled out. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. Just so if I'm asked, I can tell somebody what the process is going to be. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, so I guess I was just going to say the next meeting, a regular meeting will be March 9th at 5:30, not 7.
Right.
So I appreciate the fact that you guys took the time out to make this meeting. I now declare the meeting adjourned. Thanks for showing up.